Hi, everybody. I'm going to share my screen quickly. My name is Tirza Watts. I am the Director of Student Life and Campus Community. Our office is responsible for helping you find your people at CU Denver. And so we actually support all the student organizations on campus, leadership education, and community engagement. So on that note, we have a neat little formula. All of these things equal, if you add them together, helping you find a sense of belonging on campus. So again, we're all about you building community. So one of the things that we're doing this year to help students do that, especially new students like yourselves, is we're hosting meetup groups. And so we have a team of 5 students that work for our office. They're called Student Involvement Ambassadors. And they're hosting these meetup groups on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. And there's a specific group for transfer students to connect on Fridays at 1 o'clock. So if you go out to our MyLynx website, which I'll show you in a few minutes, you'll be able to find information about a meetup group. Lots of different topics, music lovers, there's a study buddies group, first year students transfers, etc. So our office does leadership education, and we're really focused on helping students become socially responsible leaders. Socially responsible leaders actually understand that when you make a decision for yourself or for a group, that there's a ripple effect, that your decision may impact other people. And so the university is very focused on helping you understand what that is. And one of the reasons we do that is we want to make sure that you're career ready as a leader. When you get hired, regardless if you work individually in a science lab or you're leading a team of people maybe planning some kind of product, you have to be able to work in a group. And so career readiness competencies are the 8 areas that employers are desperate for college grads to have developed in already. And so all of our leadership programs are tagged by these 8 different areas. And so, you know, everything we do directly connects with critical thinking, problem solving, teamwork, and collaboration in leadership. So please think about doing one of those programs. Speaking of that, if you'd like to join the leadership program at CU Denver, it's called the Summit Leadership Program. We have a student engagement platform called MyLynx, and if you visit MyLynx and just search for that group, just click join and you're automatically added to it. That means I'm going to add you to my newsletter and you'll start getting announcements about things going on campus. Oops, I went one too many clicks. One of the leadership programs that I'm really excited about and would like to encourage you to think about taking, we had a lot of transfer students in this program last year, it's called the LEAP program. In it, it's 11 weeks. We meet on Zoom just like a class, but it's a class that the only kind of homework you're ever going to have is maybe to take a personality inventory. You're going to learn about the social change model of leadership. It meets on Tuesdays from 3:30 to 5. Courtney Kristen, who's in charge of all of our student organizations on campus, and I teach this class. It's a ton of fun. And so you're going to get a leadership coaching appointment. You're going to learn about your personality style, your conflict management style, what motivates you. All kinds of self-awareness comes out of this. So if you're interested in learning more about being a leader, this is a great program. The other thing that we offer that I really want to encourage you to think about, maybe you're like, I don't want to do 11 weeks, it's too much. I just want to do something short. We have 25 different leadership workshops available for you. 5 of them are currently recorded and available on the Student Life YouTube channel, but 20 of them will be offered live on Zoom. And so our first workshop is next Wednesday, and it's every Wednesday until April 30th. Our first one is called How to Be a Social Justice Leader Post George Floyd. So we're going to have a great panel event. The next week, it's a personality inventory. So lots of different options. We also offer leadership certificates that you can earn. These are great things to add to your resume. It tells an employer that you've focused on something. And so I'd encourage you to check out the Emerging Leader Certificate. Another thing that our office hosts is community engagement. And so on a lot of college campuses, community engagement is really focused on community service. And so we do help student organizations and individuals find a place to volunteer in Denver. So just contact our office and we will try to get you connected with the nonprofit. The other thing community engagement covers, though, is voter education. And so we want everyone to be registered to vote, and we want you to be educated on the issues. I don't care how you vote, I just want you to vote. And so this year being a presidential election year, we're going to be offering lots of opportunities for you to learn about the issues. The other thing I'm excited to share is that we have a brand new community service based co-ed, so for men and women identified students, fraternity. And so both women and men are in this group, but their whole thing is to go out and do service in the community. It's being sponsored by the School for Public Affairs along with our office, and it's open to any student at CU Denver. The other thing I'm excited to share with you is that we have a new program this year called Deliberative Dialogues. So deliberative dialogues are an hour-and-a-half experience. It's a discussion about a wicked problem. If you've never heard about wicked problems before, those are ones that don't have nice and neat solutions. In fact, there might be multiple ways to solve that problem, and none of those solutions are going to feel good to everybody. So in this experience, you'll learn a little bit about 3 different ways to solve the problem. You're put in a small group with a facilitator to kind of talk through, how do we do that? We've done 2 of these this summer, and 100% of the participants in both sessions loved this experience. So please think about joining us for Deliberative Dialogue this year. I spoke earlier about our YouTube channel. We have lots of videos out there for you, including those 5 pre-recorded leadership workshops. We also have a series of videos that might interest you called Coffee and Conversations, where offices are talking about how they're serving students during the pandemic. We also have some fun videos called Encourage the Heart, where we interviewed some student leaders and asked them, what's keeping you motivated right now? Also want to share with you that CU Denver has a word of the year. Last year our word was elevate. This year the word is adapt. The word was selected by student government last spring, and who knew that adapt would be such a great word for this year. And so we have a lesson plan and lots of different conversation questions if you're interested. So let's switch to the last section of my quick presentation, and that's about student organizations. Being involved on campus, I spoke earlier, helps you get connected. It helps you have that sense of belonging to make a group of friends, and I know that's important to transfer students. Also has some other great byproducts. You're going to learn more about yourself if you're involved, leadership skills wise, maybe develop relationship skills, learning how to organize and manage other people. Those are career skills. You're going to make social connections, and yes, sometimes that's just making a new friend. Other times you meet folks in a student organization that 5 years from now, you may be working at the same company with. And so there is a professional and networking opportunity in that. We also have about 130 student organizations on campus each year, and about 65% of those are academic or career oriented. So great to get involved to make those future connections. We have 20 categories of groups. So when you go on MyLynx, again, I'll show you that in a second. MyLynx, you can sort all the organizations by categories. That helps that overwhelming list become smaller and maybe dial into your interests. And next week, so I hope you see this video soon, we are having our Student Organizations Fair on Tuesday, September 1st and Wednesday, September 2nd. We're using a platform called AirMeet, and again, I'm going to show you MyLynx in just a second, and you'll get to find how to find out that event. 2 groups that we sponsor on campus. One is the Student Government Association. They meet every Friday at 12:30. Every student is open to being part of that group. The elected officers will be meeting this year on Zoom, and we'll be doing that through Facebook Live. And so as a student at CU Denver, you can watch the meeting, and you can also chat your questions to be asked during that meeting. These are paid student leadership positions, so if you're interested in governance, it might be a group for you to consider running for a position next year. I'd like to introduce you to our student body president and vice president in the photo on this slide. On the left is our vice president, Fabian Laguna, and on the right is Daniel Casillas, who is our president. We also sponsor the student newspaper on campus. This year it's online as an online magazine, and so I want to encourage you to sign up for the Student Life newsletter, because then you'll get a copy of that magazine, and it's great. They do some really cool things, and they're launching a podcast this year. They've already recorded their first episode, which is Video Game Villains, so that'll come out in September. So this is what the Flipping Book Century newspaper or magazine looks like this year. And so it's one of those documents where you just grab the side and you can switch the pages on your screen. So I've talked a little bit about MyLynx, and so this is the last thing I'll do, and I'll show you this platform super quick. MyLynx is where you can log in and you can find student organizations, you can find events, and they have an app, and I want to encourage everybody to download the app on their phone. The only thing the app does is tell you what's going on campus. And so when you open it, you can find every event that's happening that day. If it has a Zoom link or an AirMeet link in the event, you can click right from your phone right into an event and enjoy something. So let me click on this super quick, and then I'll wrap up. So this is what MyLynx looks like. And so if you come up to the top here, can you guys see that? I just want to verify. So here's all of our organizations. Again, you can sort them by categories. At this link here, you can find out everything that's going on campus. And so lots of events. I think we have 51 events loaded at this time. So you can see lots and lots of things to scroll through. When you click these different tiles, you'll get the date, time, and location. If you need to register, I'll give you the registration information. And the last thing I'll show you is under opportunities. We have experiences that you can actually earn. And so if you click into one of these boxes, you can find more information. So just for an example, I'll click into Deliberative Dialogues. Those are those conversations about wicked problems. These are the 7 topics we're doing this year. And so these are once a month. It's the second Thursday of the month. So our first one is on safety and justice. How do we actually balance the need for policing in our communities and the safety for everybody in our community? And so it is going to hit on racial justice. So again, you would click on one of these and find more information. So I'm going to end there and stop my share. Again, welcome to CU Denver. We're so excited and hope that you'll want to get involved on campus. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
For our 2 students that are here, do either of you guys have questions for Tirza before I hop in about student research?
None for me.
All right. Sounds good. All right. So guys, I'm so happy to meet the 2 of you, Tyler and Hallie. And for anybody watching on the video, my name's Erin Golden. I'm the Director of Undergraduate Research and Creative Activities. And our office is here to help students find opportunities to do research and creative projects in collaboration with CU Denver and Anschutz faculty members. So really, we work for CU Denver is an urban research institute, and we want you guys to really get the experience to do that. I'm here with Liz Evans, who's our undergraduate research advisor, as well as Jake Torrens, who is also a CU Denver student and our inaugural ambassador for our office. So for the 2 of you here, have you guys heard of Lynx Connect or of our office before?
I have, yeah.
Cool. I guess that's why you're here, because you've heard of us. Can I make you jump in and tell me what disciplines you're studying?
Yeah, I can go. I'm doing like the individually structured major, so a combination between business and then women and gender studies.
Awesome.
And I'm studying public service with concentration in nonprofit management.
Oh, that's fantastic. So our office really is here to help students connect with these research opportunities no matter what their discipline is. So I love that you guys are actually both not STEM disciplines, because I think a lot of people hear research sometimes and think of just science labs. But no matter what you're studying, we want to help you guys find mentors and provide funding and support for your research interests. So I'm going to let Liz hop in and tell you a little bit more about Lynx Connect, which is where our office is housed. And then we'll get in a little bit more about the specific programs that our office offers.
Awesome, yeah. Thanks, Erin. As she mentioned, I'm Liz, the undergraduate research advisor. I'm also a graduate student at CU Denver in the social sciences program. So yeah, let me tell you a bit about Lynx Connect. It sounds like some of you have some experience with it or have heard of it, but I'll just give a brief overview as well. Lynx Connect is a partnership of 4 different offices that are here to help you get out of the classroom into real world experience. So whether that's going through internships to get professional experience, studying abroad to move out of our US context into the global world, doing research as we're going to talk about, or diving more into who you are, your professional goals, and how you want to build your professional personality. So we'll just briefly cover this. The Experiential Learning Center is here to help you find internships. So they will help you search, walk through the process, work on your resume, everything all the way until getting signed up. The Career Center is there to help you discover more about yourself. So more than just resume writing or career counseling, they also go into your personality and your strengths and things like that. As I mentioned, study abroad, whether that's food tasting in Spain or going to our partner university in China to study. This is opportunities for you to get beyond our single perspective into the global perspective. And Erin, do you want to take it away for our office?
Yeah, and so then our office, again, sticking with this theme of helping you connect to opportunities outside of the classroom to augment your learning and your real world learning. Our program that we call, so our office has a very long name. So Eureka is what you'll often see our programs called, which stands for Education Through Undergraduate Research and Creative Activities. And as I mentioned, we're here to not only help you connect with mentors and brainstorm project ideas, but to support you, to find financial support so that you can be paid to do this research. Because you guys are doing work as part of this, and we want to help you find paid and for credit opportunities. So we have 4 main programs that we do this through. Liz, I don't know if it's helpful. Yeah, let's navigate to the first page. So I think it's helpful to see our website just because we're all digital and online now. So we'll just walk through that. So first we have research-based grants. So our research program that does student-centered grants is called the Undergraduate Research Opportunity Program. We accept applications both in the spring and fall. Spring research grants can support up to, or give to up to $1,200 per student. And you can have teams of up to 3 to do really student-driven scholarly research while being mentored with by a faculty member. We also have fall mini grants. That deadline's coming up on October 2nd, and you can you'll find information about that on our website. We also do research-based work study. So this will be the Eureka Work Study Program. We are hiring for those jobs right now. So faculty members have submitted jobs that you can use if you have financial aid and a work study award. You can utilize that work study award to be paid to work in the lab. Those experiences can be found on Handshake. Have either of you used Handshake before?
Yes.
Okay.
I've only used it, but from an employer standpoint, not as the student. So it'll be
Okay. Cool. So that's fantastic. So if you go on and you search Eureka, you can see all sorts of jobs that faculty have already posted. Also, if you have a faculty member you're already interested in working with, you can come to us with a Eureka work study suggestion, and we can hire you in that way as well. We are only hiring, the Eureka work study programs only open in the fall, and so if you're interested in that for this semester, I encourage you to get in touch with our office ASAP. And then we also have a summer fellowship program. So Jake actually just finished up as a fellow, and I'm excited for you guys to get to hear about his experience from him. Obviously, there was a quick adaptation to in-home research. And so I think that it's still been a very meaningful experience for students, even though we're not able to be together in person, which has been really fun. Yeah, we also do a number of events. So, oh, and so Liz has the summer fellowship page pulled up right now. We also host events centered around research, really giving you the opportunity to present your research, because not only are you learning how to be an independent scholar in your field, part of being a scholar means sharing your work. And so normally we do ROCUS, which is the annual Research and Creative Activity Symposium held every spring. Because of COVID this past year, we had to move it online, as well as our virtual summer research symposium, which Liz is going through right now, which, you know, I think is exciting because we were still able to celebrate the work and present the work of our students. For you two who are new to the university, I'd highly suggest going and looking at the Summer Research Symposium or ROCUS, because you'll get an idea of the types of projects that students are doing. So Jake in particular will talk more about this, but was researching how gamers decide what motivates gamers to play esports. And we have a range of we've had a range of projects from somebody researching honeybee migration in Denver to working with a professor to develop better music education. So really, the world is your oyster. Whatever you find interesting, we're here to support. And if you're not sure how to even start or where to begin, Liz and I are always here to discuss. So Liz, I'm gonna let you hop back in and share a little bit more on Lynx Connect.
So as we talked about with events, this office is here to both connect you to professional opportunities, opportunities to study abroad, but also ways to connect with professors. So if you have questions about where to get started, finding a research opportunity, even how to approach a faculty member about joining their research, that's what we're here for, is to support you in that. So I want to take you over to Handshake here, which all of our offices use for appointments, job postings, things like that. So I'm, with Jake's permission, viewing from here. So if you head over to the Career Center in the Handshake app, what's going to pop up here is a couple of different things that you can look at. So I'm going to go over here to appointments because that's the easiest way to get started. If you have questions, don't know where to go to the appointments and see what kind of opportunities are there. So here we've got the Experiential Learning Center where they do resume reviews. They'll connect you with opportunities and walk you through things like I mentioned. Here's our office. So if you're wanting that just basic inquiry, where do I get started? Or do you have an opportunity and want to solidify it and go with next steps? So that's what our office is for. We have Lynx Connect drop-in hours since a lot of things are virtual right now. And this is 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. We have peer advisors here to answer your questions, look at your resume as well if you don't want to set up a full appointment. Our peer advisors are wonderful and so enthusiastic about looking at your materials. The Career Center, like I mentioned, has a lot of different ways that they can support you through your professional development journey. And right now, they're preparing for the internship job fair, so you can actually sign up for that kind of specific appointment. So that's, Handshake is really a great place to get started. As Erin mentioned, you can also go to this Jobs tab and search for Eureka-specific research. I'm just going to put that in right now. And here we go, some of the examples of the opportunities that we have that we're hiring for work-study eligible students. So yeah, this is Lynx Connect. And if you have any questions, please do feel free to reach out to us. This is the main Lynx Connect contact information. You can also reach out to Erin or myself with undergrad.research@ucdenver.edu and let us know how we can support you.
Yeah, so I think that Liz and I both really enjoy doing these one-on-one individual research consultations. So please, I encourage you to meet with us to help you identify the best undergrad research opportunity for you. And with that, I think that since we're such a small group, we can do some really great Q&A. But first, I'm going to bring Jake in to talk a little bit more about his experience and how he got interested in undergrad research and what the experience has meant to him. So Jake, why don't you start off by introducing yourself, what you're working on, and how you ended up at CU.
Okay. I'm Jake. I'm originally from Central Florida or Tampa, Florida. I pursued college before I came to CU Denver. I went to a community college for a little bit, and then I joined the Army for a little bit also, and then I came to Colorado and went back to school. So that's kind of how I got here. What I'm working on currently is just a continuation of what Dr. Golden was showing earlier with my project, but looking at the motivations to why people play video games is like the simplest way to explain it. And what I just a little bit about it. I was looking into what are the gender differences of why males and females play video games, and what are the factors that are different for these genders. And I'm a marketing student, or when I came to CU Denver, I actually came in as a finance student because I knew getting out of the Army, I wanted to make the big bucks, but just wasn't as fun as I thought it was. And I got into marketing. I'm a gamer, been a gamer since I was like 5. And now my research and my passion have magically came together, and it's been one of the greatest opportunities and experiences I've ever had.
Yeah, I actually think it's a really interesting connection between what Tirza was saying, what Tirza was presenting before. In our office, Jake is the president of the esports club, and so has found a way to take that initial, running of a club and turn it into a research experience. So Jake, for you, what were your motivations to really seek out an experiential learning opportunity, and how did you go about finding your current position?
So, I guess I should explain kind of my my relationship a little bit with my mentor. I met my mentor at a transfer mixer. I think the first or second week a year ago when I came here, and I was just fortunate that this Dr. Lane I met at this transfer mixer like event for the business school. She just happened to say like, hey, do you know anything about esports? And so it kind of like started right there. And I guess when I wanted to pursue about like, hey, is there an esports club here? There wasn't, or there just didn't happen to be. And since I just moved to Colorado 2 weeks ago, I had to make some friends. So I started a club and hopefully was going to bring people who play games together. So yeah, and I just, it was before I guess the global pandemic happening, but my mentor kind of advised me on a research opportunity, and I was already kind of wanting to do research because I was just so interested in it, and was building a community, and I wanted to be able to build a community even better. So I thought, why not do a research study to figure that out? And I kind of did. Still got some more research to do, but it has opened up so many opportunities for me, and I was able, after my Eureka project symposium was completed, I was able to become a research assistant, the undergraduate research and creative activities ambassador, and I've been able to meet so many people and talk to other like really great students also. So yeah, guess that's kind of how I found my position right now.
Yeah, so just to kind of expand on that, so Jake was a member of our summer fellowship program, which is an 8-week program that will pay up to $4,500 for you to be able to immerse yourself in research for 8 weeks during the summer. And in addition to these research opportunities, we also have a professional development series. So again, like Tirza was mentioning, we really want to help you develop these career competencies that'll make you ready to go out and be a scholar, help you go out and be a scholar in your field. So Jake, what did you think about the career development opportunities, this professional development series? Those broader skills, do you feel like you were able to address those broader skills as well?
Yeah, for me, I really appreciated those professional development series because it wasn't I would say that like, here's a pamphlet, like learn about it, or just here's a like boring piece of paper that will tell you how to do something. I felt like they were pretty interactive, and the topics that they covered were, I would say, like actually applicable to my real world. One specifically that I feel like for me was like the best was just learning how to properly present a scientific research poster. I've done posters in the past, but nothing explained like, here's the standard, here's the right way, and I was kind of lacking that. And but going to these professional developments were able to teach me more than that. Also, I also learned like how to properly put, I guess, scientific research on my resume. I know that's probably kind of dumb, but there's just a way, and you don't know it till you know it. So I learned how to do it from there. And some, I guess, real world skills I learned during my 8 weeks as a Eureka Fellow. I learned how to be a data recovery expert, not by choice, but I learned how to do that. And I also, like, I would say one of the best things I learned from it was the support from the school is like as real as it can get. All you have to do is just show up and like ask questions. Like before, I think having this, I didn't really feel like I was, I guess I didn't really have that sentimental value I had to the school yet, but I got it. I really got it this past summer. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that some of the challenges this summer was that we weren't together in person, and it's hard to form a cohort and that community aspect in that way. But I think that Jake has been a big promoter of that as well. And so I think that being involved in undergraduate research really can give you another touch point to the university. And I would argue which is more important than ever right now, because it gives you the ability to form one-on-one relationships with your professors, your mentors, whoever. And so Liz and I really are dedicated to being here and helping you find that, and are happy to talk with you just about how you even go about doing that. And so I was going to ask you about challenges, Jake, but you already addressed that. Do you want to say anything about mentorship and like how you have built relationships with your mentor? And
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And I guess I want to kind of say it with two mentors I kind of had before this past summer. I had one mentor I met. I was referring to Dr. Lane at the Mixer event. I would say it was super easy to just show up to an event where it was all staff, and I had basically a one on like 10 with all of the business school staff, and was able to just figure out who these people are a little bit more outside of the classroom. And that mentor has led me to like so many great opportunities, and it's been great. Couldn't ask to find a better mentor on accident. But I also had at the same time another mentor. I found this mentor through the business school mentorship program, and I would say sometimes mentorship doesn't really work out. I would say like sometimes we just didn't connect that as well, and the relationship, I guess, kind of just fell through. But it was more of just kind of a learning experience for me of like how I want to be mentored, and learning that some people have a different way to mentor people that they like. So yeah.
Yeah, so I'd say that's another reason to get started in seeking out these types of opportunities early, is that I think the whole theme of Lynx Connect in our office and experiential learning is that you don't know what you're going to like until you try it, and that these are not the type of experiences you're going to learn within the classroom. And so, again, encouraging you to seek out those opportunities and find the type of people that you do vibe with. I'm actually like listening to Tirza talk about all of the student life opportunities and seeing our undergrad research students. I'm jealous. I'm like, I want to be back here doing this kind of community involvement and exploration. So I think that, like, since we have such a small group, Hallie and Tyler, it'd be great to hear from you if you have any questions, if you don't mind me putting you on the spot to have you share. But what type of research are you interested in? What brings you here today?
I'll go first. So I am interested in all of the above. This is a great starting place for me just to even hear from you guys, like what the opportunities are and how to get involved. It has been over 10 years since I have been in a college setting. So I'm coming back for my bachelor's after having been in the workforce the last 10 years. So things are a lot different, and times have changed quite a bit. I'm actually now really excited about school and choosing to go on my own versus the first go round kind of being forced into it. So a lot of the things I'm interested in are around nonprofit management and understanding the different policies and different approaches and things like that. I know in my future there are going to be several research endeavors that I look forward to pursuing. So I'm glad to know you guys are available.
Yeah, and as you get started, I'd encourage you to pay attention to the faculty that you're working with in your classes, and also go on and look at the websites of the SPA faculty members and see who you vibe with, and then just send an email and reach out to them too. I think especially in this kind of time we're in right now, people are even more receptive to just hopping on a Zoom call. So starting that kind of informal inquiry now, that is a great way to lead to finding an undergraduate research opportunity.
Awesome.
And then come to us and we'll help you find a way to fund it, or come to us first, either way.
One thing I did want to ask you about is, like, as far as wildlife rehabilitation or any wildlife rescue or, in the Denver and Boulder area, I know that there's a couple different facilities, but within CU, I didn't know if there was any programs or existing research.
Oh, my bad. I do know of there is a club that is, I know that they exist, that is like pretty deep, I guess, into what they do in wildlife conservation. I'm not sure research wise, but I know that there is like an established club. So if you want to like start with just like talking to see what they've done so far, I would recommend doing that.
Awesome.
Yeah, and my links, that website would be the place to find them. So
Perfect.
yep. I was also going to say, from like, if you were interested in doing research about that, I know the Rocky Mountain Arsenal is here in Denver.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know of any specific CU associated ones. I'm sure there are. we could certainly like look into that more.
I have a question about the Lynx Center. Are they taking in-person appointments right now, or
Lynx Connect. So there are limited in-person appointments available. A lot, you can do Zoom appointments. Yeah. And you just, any of the types of appointments you can schedule on Handshake. Liz and I are both only available through Zoom. That said, we're pretty available. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I got an email about, this is separate from research. I just got an email about my ID card.
That's Lynx Central, which is different than Lynx Connect. So Lynx Central, I do believe, are doing in person, and they have a desk in Student Commons where you can hop in. And
okay. Thank you. I got the names too.
I can hop in on that for you. Yes. The Lynx Central, you can stop by the front desk anytime between 8 and 5 on Monday through Friday. So yeah, just make sure you will have to go through the health station and have your form that says that you checked out and everything, but you are able to, or you can do a virtual or call in.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you happen to already be on campus, the Lynx Connect building is part of the Tivoli. We're kind of an annex on the side. So if you are more interested in an in-person appointment since you're on campus, I know the Career Center and the Study Abroad office are both doing in-person appointments. So yeah.
Thank you.
So Hallie says her mic isn't working. Yeah, so if you have any questions you want to type, Hallie. I do want to mention that, so the professional development opportunities that we offer, that we do during the summer, I talked about in that context. We also actually have a Eureka seminar series that'll meet on Fridays once a month throughout the year. And we'll do things, everything from how to apply to one of our research opportunity grants, which also may be just a broader conversation about how to get started on a particular research topic. It doesn't, you know, we'll put it in the context of our Europe grants, but if you were interested in running a grant, how you would do that. To getting organized project management for undergrad research, how to write an abstract, how we're going to do a research sandbox where you can just come and idea share with other people in your discipline. I think those types of working sessions are really fun. So yeah, these opportunities can all be found on Handshake or on our website. So that's really the best place to find us.
Awesome.
Yeah. Liz, do you want to add anything else in? Or Jake?
Yeah, I think something I regret from my undergrad is not ever going into our career center, even though my student fees are paying for it. So I always recommend to people use these services because they're free to you. And if you just need someone to brainstorm with, our appointments are so easy to set up. And there's so many of us partnering in this office that if you know, someone's appointment block is full, you can set up with someone else and we'll get you started in your journey. So yeah, that would be my recommendation. Just reach out. Even if you don't know how to frame a question. One of our peer advisors shared some examples in a different workshop of bumbling through asking a question, and that's part of the educational journey, is taking charge of your education and where you want to go in it. So yeah, we're here for you.
Yeah, Tyler, I think you said it really well, where like you're excited to be here because you want to be here now, as opposed to like college is the thing you do. So I've actually really enjoyed working with all the transfer students that I've met, because you do get that, you know, work here, I'm here for me.
My bad. The only thing I would really say is if there is something you're passionate about, I would say, and you want to like get more people involved in it, start a club, like make it happen. The school will support you so much to do it, and I would also say Dr. Golden or Aaron and Liz are real people, and they are the two best people I've ever talked to. So I would say, like, absolutely just like set up a time to talk to them. They will change your world.
It's a high bar to meet. Thanks, so.
Yeah, yeah.